class that came in right as the pandemic hit.
We were 6 feet apart for the white coat ceremony. It definitely made us more aware of not only the hurdles we were facing, but also that our patients were facing.
Our class having to start in 2020, being virtual for the first year, no one really knew what to expect and how much time we would get to spend with one another.
Yeah, it was tough because we first met over Zoom.
It was basically fully virtual first year, and then we went back to in-person second year.
My first impression was that the admissions process magically knew how to find 32 people that got along really well with each other.
They somehow managed to pick people who are so kind and so intelligent, but also whose personalities mesh so well.
We are all unique in our own ways, but we're still able to have those shared values that really brought us to this place.
I was drawn to this program because of the unique style of it being sort of intimate, but also having that strong research focus.
This was one of the few programs that gives you the opportunity to really train as a clinician scientist ingrained in the actual curriculum.
With this newly built health education campus, it blew my mind in terms of how beautiful the space was and how I'd be able to study and work here every day.
There's been a very nice way of structuring the curriculum where it isn't just the medical sciences and then the medical arts. A lot of them are interwoven, and these threads are seen throughout our curriculum.
Focusing on building competencies rather than working towards achieving a good grade really attracts a student who is very self-motivated.
The best way to learn is to teach something, and so that's one really great thing about PBL.
Never like there was an ounce of competition, just always support and motivation from my colleagues.
Learning revolves around an actual patient scenario. And I think the reason I really liked that approach is that when you're in the clinic, you're not really going to be presented with all of the information at once. You kind of have to think critically based off of a story about what might be going on with this patient.
A couple months into medical school, we are already seeing patients. Every mentor that I've worked with, preceptor, every resident has some strength that I will carry with me to help me develop into that strong physician that I hope to be.
And in clinic, seeing firsthand how patients react when different physicians use different communication styles. It's all just this feedback loop that we as students are able to take in.
The teaching they provide, the mentorship along the way, it's been a blessing and a dream come true.
Here at the Cleveland Clinic, we are seeing things that we might not see ever again just by virtue of training here. So while the foundations are great, it's also exciting to see these really cool and unique cases.
One of the first times I shadowed in otolaryngology and I saw an in-office vocal fold augmentation. She said she hadn't heard her voice in quite some time at that point, and we did the procedure, and immediately after the attending always says, "Say loudly, 'Hey you,'" and she said, "Hey you," and she scared herself, and then she started crying, and she hugged the attending, she hugged me. She was so happy to finally hear her voice again after so long. And I think just the emotions of that day are one that I think about quite frequently.
Starting school in a pandemic made us really be grateful for the time that we have together.
Once the restrictions were lifted, we were able to get together for dinners and for games, then going out to town, trying new restaurants, cooking together.
We've gone kayaking, apple picking, to an alpaca farm. That's probably one of our favorite trips every year.
In many ways we've become family and we're constantly hanging out or checking in on each other.
Because you have a village behind you who's sort of lifting you up to go through it.
I really enjoyed that after clinical rotations in third year, we had a year to do research and really dive into the subject that we're planning to spend the rest of our career practicing.
By understanding the molecular biology of the kidney tumors and how they evolve and develop, we can identify patients at risk for more aggressive tumors.
We see an upregulation of pathways that have to do with inflammation and a downregulation of anti-inflammatory pathways.
My research was on different combination therapies for brain cancer, specifically glioblastoma.
I was doing a research project on a disease called retinopathy of prematurity, and it's one of the leading causes of blindness in premature infants.
And that sort of butts head with that decreased vascularization, where now you have areas of hypoxic retina.
I'm excited to take all the skills I've learned and just keep growing them throughout residency and throughout my career.
You know, you hear about this for 4 years, and the years keep ticking, it starts feeling a little bit closer, and yeah, it's weird that it's finally our turn.
You think about this day for so long.
My classmates are like my 31 best friends in the world.
Ready to celebrate with everybody and not be waiting.
I'm excited, just ready to know and find out.
Just excited for everyone, honestly.
It's just fun to come together as a class one last time.
They did a good job of getting us prepared to be residents.
Open up an envelope and find my future program. I'm just excited to see where.
You're going to make the entire healthcare system a better place for everyone. So we are very grateful for all you've done and look forward to hearing all you accomplished.
Cookie couples matched, Mayo, internal medicine.
Match at Johns Hopkins, my first choice. Cleveland Clinic, coli.
Cleveland Clinic for ENT, I'm so excited.
Going into psychiatry, and I matched at Brigham. Very happy.
Great. Internal medicine at Northwestern. Very happy.
I matched into neurosurgery at Ohio State, so I'm very happy.
Great. Cleveland Clinic. OBGYN. First choice.
Brown for neurology.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty excited about it. We're going to Denver. General surgery.
I did great. I'm going to Hopkins. Anesthesia.
Good, I'll be staying in Cleveland for dermatology. I am excited.
I matched at Stanford for pediatrics. Very happy, yes.
I matched into the Mayo Clinic for urology. Very, very excited. That was my top choice.
Amazing. I matched with my wife, so we both matched at Cleveland Clinic, neurosurgery and orthopedic surgery.
I did wonderful. Matched to Illinois Ioneer for residency. I'm very excited.
Matched dermatology at Emory University. I'm very excited. I am matching in family medicine. I am going to Wake Forest in North Carolina. Super excited.
I'm going to Michigan. I am beyond thrilled. I'm doing internal medicine there.
I am very happy. I'm going to MGH in Boston for internal medicine. That's my first choice. I'm very excited.
Did well, I'm going close to home. I'm going to Brown. MedPed. Woo!
I matched into neurology at Johns Hopkins University, so I'm super excited to go.
Matched at Cleveland Clinic in neurology. That's where I wanted to be.
Great, I'm so happy. I'll be in New York for plastic surgery. I'm thrilled, honestly. I can't believe it. So I'm really, really grateful. Yes.